My mom always told me if at first you don't succeed, try and try again. And that's what it looks like Beyonce did. For those of you who don't know, I am your host, Dave, a 10-year intellectual property attorney dealing with everything from copyrights to patents to trade secrets as well as trademarks. You see the shirt, peace, love, and intellectual property. We're all about IP over on this side. So please hit the like for the YouTube algorithm as well as hit the subscribe button to be a part of the community. Now, this is actually straight off the press. Beyonce is finally able to move forward with trademarking the Blue Ivy name. Her daughter, her eldest daughter, named Blue Ivy. And it seems like this has been a long time coming, and it may be a perfect time as Blue Ivy is kind of doing more performances with Beyonce. She's kind of more in the spotlight from a performer. So it may be a perfect time to get that name finally trademarked to be able to monetize off of it. We're going to take a look at the article that one of the articles I should say that broke it down. And for those of you who don't know, please go check out my past video I did maybe a couple weeks ago, maybe like a month or so ago. Well, Beyonce, she filed the trademark, and the USPTO, United States Patent and Trademark Office, denied her the ability to actually protect or trademark the term Blue Ivy because it was already a clothing boutique, let's just say, Wisconsin, a single clothing boutique in Wisconsin that's named Blue Ivy. In that particular, and they got the trademark. So the clothing boutique was doing the right thing. They got their name trademark with the United States Patent and Trademark Office, which gives them nationwide protection. And that trademark at that point in time blocked Beyonce from being able to get a trademark on Blue Ivy. And it seems like the examiner at the patent office said, hey, you have to provide us documentation, arguments to convince us that your name, Blue Ivy, that you're trying to protect in clothing and things like that, is not confusingly similar to the Blue Ivy, the name of the clothing store, the clothing boutique down in Wisconsin, Blue Ivy. Seems like Beyonce and the team submitted the paperwork, and it was persuasive, let's just say. So let's take a look at the article. Let's see here. This is from the U.S. Sun, so shout out to them. Beyonce wins legal battle and is allowed to push forward with the Blue Ivy Carter trademark after the fight over small boutique. They definitely juiced up the title. I don't think it was necessarily a fight, but okay. Again, this was December 30th, so a few days ago. So superstar Beyonce first tried to get federal regulators to trademark her eldest child, Blue Ivy's unusual name, after she was born 12 years ago. So Beyonce's been trying to do this for over a decade. Her daughter has gotten big. Her daughter is taller than her. She was performing. This is them performing, I think, on Christmas Day at the Houston football game down in Houston. This is her daughter to the right. Again, her daughter, she's been doing a lot of these performances with her. There's Queen Bee right there, and her daughter is definitely coming into her own. So Beyonce BJK Trademark Holdings, so I would imagine BJK is Beyonce Giselle Knowles. Trademark Holdings is where she keeps all her trademarks in that particular LLC, applied to the USPTO, but ended up fighting with the wedding planner, Veronica Morales. Morales from Massachusetts opposed the application as she called her business Blue Ivy Events. Since September 2009, paperwork showed the dispute led to a tribunal in 2020, and the USPTO rejected Morales' complaints and ruled the two are not alike. Despite Beyonce's legal victory, her lawyers never continued with the application, and it was eventually abandoned. Now, David, you may be asking me, David, hold on. You said that it was a clothing boutique in Wisconsin that she was able to, she essentially won this trademark battle over. They're talking about a wedding planning in Massachusetts. So let me kind of break it down for you guys. And I think I talked about this a little bit more on the first video I did when she was initially rejected by the USPTO. But so Beyonce's been trying to get this trademark for a long time. She actually trademarked the application 12 years ago, and the USPTO actually awarded her or said she can move forward with the trademark. And this wedding planner company out in Massachusetts, which had a Blue Ivy, I think events planning, came out of the woodworks. Because typically when you file a trademark application and the USPTO allows your trademark, what the USPTO does at that point, they publishes the trademark for 30 days, and they give anyone the ability to oppose the trademark. So it seems like this wedding planner of Veronica, during that first trademark, when Beyonce first tried to trademark the term, the wedding planner company led by Veronica came out the woodworks and said, hey, this Beyonce trying to trademark Blue Ivy is too close to my event planning company, and therefore Beyonce should not be allowed to protect the trademark Blue Ivy or get a trademark on the name Blue Ivy. Well, the USPTO did not agree with the wedding planning company by Veronica and said, no, this is no likelihood of confusion, and therefore we're going to allow Beyonce to get the trademark on the term Blue Ivy. So everything was looking good. However, before your trademark actually issues, you have to actually submit a specimen to the United States Patent and Trademark Office. Again, for those of you who don't know, and again, we try to provide a lot of value on this channel. A trademark lasts forever. However, if you're not using a trademark, well, it lasts forever. However, you have to be using a trademark. You cannot just get a trademark and sit on it. That's not, you can do that with domain names. Heck, you can do that with patents. You can do that with a lot of things. But with trademarks, the federal government or the United States Patent and Trademark Office do not want you. You cannot just get a trademark on something and set on it. So even the first time around when Beyonce tried to file for trademark protection on the term Blue Ivy, she got after battling with this with the United States Patent and Trademark Office in opposition from this wedding planning company in Massachusetts, the USPTO awarded her the ability to get a trademark, but she never followed through. She never submitted the specimen saying that they're using a mark in commerce. And as a result of that, that application went abandoned and they went back to square one, or in other words, Beyonce and her daughter Blue Ivy did not have trademark protection on the term Blue Ivy. So that's where we are at. So hopefully you guys got this. Please hit the like button if you did understand what I just kind of put down. I thought that was important. So then we're moving on. Like I said, the dispute led to the tribunal, but despite Beyonce's legal victory, her lawyers never continued with the application that was eventually abandoned. So when they say that, they're saying, hey, Beyonce never submitted a specimen with the United States Patent and Trademark Office, and therefore the application went abandoned, and she didn't get trademark protection on the term Blue Ivy. She then applied a second time in November of 2023, so 2 years ago now, but again, quickly ran into issues with an examiner issued a tentative ruling because of a Wisconsin, they spell Wisconsin wrong here, clothing store having a Blue Ivy logo. Documents showed they claimed Blue Ivy Carter was too confusingly similar to the boutique, which has used the logo since 2011. But after challenging the denial, the U.S. Sun Court confirmed they have now been allowed to go forward with the process. Now, you may be thinking the same thing that I was thinking. If this company out in Wisconsin, this clothing boutique, been using this term since 2011, maybe that was actually after, now that I'm thinking about it, maybe it seems like they came along after that first abandonment of the application. So now this is the second time, November 2023, Beyonce say, okay, let's do this again. File for trademark protection. This time she gets rejected. Now the first time she was good. She was actually got awarded. This time she gets rejected over the Wisconsin clothing boutique, which we'll show a picture of the single store clothing boutique in Wisconsin called Blue Ivy. So it seems like in 2011, this clothing boutique out in Wisconsin filed for trademark protection on the term Blue Ivy and was awarded a trademark. That, unfortunately, the USPTO said is too confusingly similar with Beyonce's Blue Ivy application, and they blocked the trademark. So, now with some issues. Now, like I said at the beginning, Beyonce has to put forth arguments, spend additional money and attorney fees, put forth arguments to say, hey, this is not a likelihood of confusion with this single owner clothing boutique in Wisconsin. And that's what Beyonce and her attorneys did. And it seems like this time around it worked. And it was no opposition from the clothing boutique. And next thing you know, Beyonce has her trademark. So again, that's essentially what happened here. Let me see if there's anything else that's worth talking about here. But that's where we stand. So now again, so it has since been amended by an examining attorney and approval. So essentially they're saying that after the arguments put forth by Beyonce and the team, they approved the trademark. So again, within 30 days of the publication date, any party who believes it will be damaged by the registration of the mark may file a notice of opposition essentially with the United States Patent and Trademark Office. If no objection is filed, Beyonce's lawyers will finally be issued a notice of allowance. The name being trademark could have massive potential, and this is what I was talking about before as far as Blue Ivy actually doing performances and kind of stepping out into her own with performing and really being an entertainer. So this may be a perfect time. But again, Beyonce, she's not all the way in the clear right now. She's still like the first time where she was allowed, but she never filed a specimen, and therefore the application was abandoned. Her application, they sent her a notice of allowance, but she still has to file a specimen showing that they're using the term in commerce. Again, like I said before, you cannot get a trademark and just sit on it. The United States Patent and Trademark Office will not allow that. You have to actually be using the mark in commerce. So again, Beyonce got the notice of allowance saying, "Hey, you can trademark this term." She, persuaded the United States Patent and Trademark Office and the examiners to essentially issue a notice of allowance. But now she still has to put forth a specimen showing that they're using the term on clothing, on goods. It can be anything. You can put it on a purse, you can put it on a jacket, a t-shirt. You have to show the United States Patent and Trademark Office that you're using the mark so that they know that you're not just trying to get the trademark and sit on it. Excuse me. So that's where she's Beyonce and her team is at right now. I continue to keep you guys abreast on whether or not she files that specimen so that the trademark can actually issues. My guess is this time around she didn't file it the first time, but I would be very surprised if she doesn't do it this time around. Let's see here. I'm trying to show you guys the actual. This is it. This is the actual restaurant or the actual clothing boutique in Wisconsin. This is it right here. Try to pull it up a little bit more. Well, you see it here on the right-hand side. So, but you see it right here on the right-hand side. You actually see if you look close enough in the right-hand corner here, they have the term Blue Ivy. I hope you see my cursor. You see the name of the store, Blue Ivy, in the right-hand corner, and essentially that's what stopped Beyonce and the team from, or at least kind of gave it a roadblock. But they seem like they overcame the roadblock, and now they have to submit a specimen, and all is well in the world. So be on the lookout for that Blue Ivy gear, that Blue Ivy apparel. Please hit the like button for the YouTube algorithm. And again, join the community, hit the subscribe button to join the IP community. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I'm trying to provide you guys entertainment. Going off into the new year. This is the first video I have done of 2025. And again, we came out hitting with a big dog and Beyonce, the team. So until next time, you guys take care. Peace.